very much in the box seat. And Liam, you know, we expected loads of goals. We got 3 on one side. We didn't expect a clean sheet for City. Can you just explain what happened this evening? Why were Liverpool so good? Why were City so off their usual game?
Well, funny enough, I don't think Liverpool were unbelievable, Dara. I think Manchester City shot themselves in the foot, you know. 2 goals, sloppy play, Otamendi for the third, Sané for the first. But the big players, the creative players, just didn't turn up, didn't show. And I don't know whether it had anything to do with the incident that went before the game, but they were unrecognisable from the team that we've seen in the Champions League this season and in the Premier League. Very, very hard to explain. I think Liverpool got their tactics very right. They rather than press too high, they retreated around the midfield area, and then they hustled the Man City players into making mistakes. And they were making mistakes that they don't normally make. So it's 3-0. It's looking good for Liverpool, but you know what, Dara? I wouldn't write this tie off just yet.
Eamon, would you?
I think I could see Liverpool scoring. They're a counter-attacking team. City are going to have to go at them. I wouldn't say it's over, no. But
it should be at 3-0.
It should be,
yeah.
But well, this is, you know, Liverpool have their own flaws at the back. But I think I did never believe they could win the Champions League because they don't have a stable, sound defence, and there's no foundation there. Otamendi is going to give up chances at this level against the best teams always, and they don't have a really stable defence. I think what Liam said is right about where was David Silva, where was Kevin De Bruyne, where was Sané. They just didn't show up, and I think Klopp did get his tactics right, but just deciding where to defend rather than ganga pressing is not going to win you 3-0. The goals were sloppy, and Otamendi was at the heart of it, really. I can't give you an explanation.
Sorry, Eamon, can I come in there?
Yeah.
I think Aguero missing for Man City was a big problem for them. We did a piece on Firmino before the game, Dara. He's the focal point when you're coming out with the ball. You give the ball to him and it sticks. And Aguero does the same thing, and he can bring his midfield players into it. But the lad Jesus today just didn't perform. He ran around. He tried hard, but he's not the player that Aguero is when it comes to linking up.
But I'd just like to say a couple of more things. What characterises Manchester City as a team is energy and aggression. When without the ball, they're aggressive to win it back. You don't get a second. We didn't see that at all tonight. And the other thing, I think the occasion may have been too big for them. For Sané, had a nightmare. And I had a go at Alexander-Arnold before the match, Liverpool right back, who with Zaha, Crystal Palace gave a chasing to last week. But Alexander-Arnold did really well. Sané didn't show. De Bruyne is a leader in that team, especially in the Premier League early in the season. He picked them up when they were struggling against mass defences. He didn't show up at all. Fernandinho didn't show up either. So there's some things you can't explain, and it's stupid to try and explain them. The nearest I can come to this, a real top side on a bad night would have got a 0-0. And they can't do that. They gave up 3 soft goals. And I also think Liam was right. It wasn't a superb Liverpool performance. They just, it was businesslike.